Restoration of Eden, a glorious return to paradise. The world today bears the marks of humanity's fall from grace. Wars and conflicts rip across nations. Greed drives the exploitation of the earth, and countless hearts yearn for a peace that feels elusive. The beauty of creation, once a testament to the love and artistry of its creator, has been marred by the weight of sin and destruction. Yet amidst the suffering and brokenness, a promise echoes through Scripture: the return of Jesus Christ. His second coming will not only redeem humanity, but also restore the earth to its original, unspoiled beauty, a beauty that reflects the very heart of God. This event will not merely be an end but a beginning, the culmination of all history and the fulfillment of God's plan for creation. When Jesus returns, his appearance will be unmistakable. Scripture describes it as a moment of breathtaking glory. The heavens will open, the trumpets will sound, and the King of Kings will descend with all the armies of heaven at his side. The skies will be filled with radiance, brighter than 1,000 suns, yet gentle enough to calm the deepest fears. Every eye will see him, and every heart will be gripped by the sheer majesty of the moment. It will be the definitive turning point in human history as the Creator himself steps back into his creation to reclaim and restore it. A world renewed. With his return, the curse that has plagued humanity since the days of Adam and Eve will be lifted. No longer will the earth groan under the weight of decay and corruption. Nature, once in harmony with humanity, will be restored to its original state of beauty and abundance. Forests will flourish, rivers will run clear, and deserts will blossom with vibrant life. The air will be pure, filled with the songs of birds and the fragrance of blooming flowers. The earth will no longer bear the scars of human greed and exploitation, but will shine as a testament to God's love and faithfulness. This renewed creation will be a place of peace and harmony, where even the natural order reflects the perfection of God's design. Wolves will live peacefully with lambs, leopards will lie down with goats, and children will play safely with creatures that once inspired fear. The predator-prey relationship will be replaced by a profound unity, a reflection of the shalom, the perfect peace that God intends for all creation. Humanity, too, will be transformed. The toil and labor that once defined life will give way to joy and fulfillment. The endless striving for wealth, power, and security will be replaced by a spirit of contentment and trust in God's provision. Communities will flourish as people live in unity, bound together by love and mutual respect. Healing the brokenhearted. At the heart of this restoration lies the reconciliation of humanity with God. Jesus, the Good Shepherd, will gather his people, binding up the wounds of the brokenhearted and offering comfort to those who have suffered. Tears will be wiped away by his own hand, and grief will be replaced by joy. Those who have longed for justice will finally see it fulfilled, as Jesus establishes his kingdom of righteousness and peace. No longer will there be inequality or oppression. The systems of the world that perpetuate suffering and division will be dismantled, replaced by a kingdom where everyone is valued and loved. Nations will beat their swords into plowshares, turning weapons of war into tools for cultivation and growth. There will be no more conflict, no more bloodshed. Only peace that flows like a river, unending and abundant. The New Jerusalem. Central to this restored Eden will be the New Jerusalem, a city described in the book of Revelation as radiant with the glory of God. This city will descend from heaven, its streets paved with gold, and its gates made of pearl. But its true beauty will lie not in its physical splendor, but in the presence of God himself. The Almighty will dwell with his people, his glory providing light that never fades. There will be no need for the sun or moon, for God's presence will illuminate everything. The New Jerusalem will be a place of belonging and joy. Its gates will always be open, inviting all who have been redeemed to enter and partake in the eternal celebration. The tree of life, once guarded in Eden, will stand in the city's center, its leaves bringing healing to the nations. The river of life will flow from God's throne, a symbol of his unending provision and grace. The triumph of love. This restoration is more than a physical renewal. It is a spiritual triumph. The return of Jesus will mark the victory of love over hatred, grace over sin, and life over death. Humanity will no longer live in fear of the unknown, for the future will be secure in God's hands. Relationships will be healed, families restored, and communities united in a shared love for their Creator and one another. This Eden restored is not merely a return to the past, but a vision of a future that surpasses all imagination. It is the fulfillment of God's eternal plan to dwell with His people in perfect harmony. The restoration of Eden is not just about what was lost. It is about what has been gained through Christ's sacrifice and victory. Living in anticipation. Even now, as we await this glorious day, the promise of restoration calls us to action. It challenges us to live as stewards of creation, caring for the earth and its creatures as a reflection of God's love. It urges us to be peacemakers, breaking down walls of division and building bridges of understanding. It inspires us to be witnesses of hope, sharing the message of Christ's redemption with a world in desperate need. When Jesus returns, the longings of every heart will be fulfilled. Pain and suffering will be no more, and the world will finally be as it was meant to be, a reflection of God's glory, a testament to His love, and a home for His children. This is the restoration of Eden, the ultimate promise of hope and renewal, where all things are made new and joy reigns forevermore.